Hello, hello to my two trusty viewers. Wow, what is my hair doing right now? Welcome back to Hacker Witch TV, Hacker Witch Twitch TV. I'm not actually sure. But thank you for popping back in. Today, the goal is for me to complete a capture the flag. Hair is doing whatever it wants. Thank you. Today the goal is to complete a capture the flag challenge, or maybe two if the first one is easy, or I could crash and burn and fail miserably at doing any of them. So we're just open to whatever comes this evening. I'm debating whether to shoot the shit a little longer and give people time to trickle in if they're going to, or if I should just hop to it and get started before there's too many witnesses for the shit show that is about to ensue. I'm on the fence, frankly. But the capture the flags that I've chosen to start with are the over the wire, because I've heard that they're very beginner friendly, which is good because I've never done one of these before. So that's the plan. Also, I don't have all right, Mr. Candlejack, then we will hop to it, since no one else seems to have any opinions. What the fuck was I just gonna say? Oh, I'm still getting my two monitors set up, so you're gonna have to bear with me while I change screens to share with you the web browser where this Capture the Flag challenge is about to take place. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. And I'm not going to be able to see myself in this setup, which is what's the unfortunate part about only having one screen, is that I have to minimize OBS in order to do the things. And so if something incredibly wonky is happening, just let me know. Or don't. And laugh at my expense, and that is okay too. I'm sorry, is my microphone super loud? I just realized I'm maxing out a little bit. I can drop the levels a touch. Okay. Hopefully that's a little bit better. All right. Thank you, Candlejack. I appreciate you. And you're looking out for me. Okay. Here we go. Here goes nothing. Oh, God. All right. So, y'all can see the screen, right? Just give me a yay. Okay, good. I'm glad that the mic is better. I'm loud. Okay, good. All good. Thank you for being my sound check person at the beginning of the stream. There was something else I was going to say about starting a Capture the Flag. It's gone, but that is okay. It might come back in the future. Oh, I do remember. It had to do with the sound spiking on the microphone, because last stream, I don't know if the three of y'all were here when there was that weird banging sound that I got super freaked out and had to run and make sure that the door was locked, and after the fact realized that it probably was my neighbor trying to tell me to shut up. Well, I wrote her a nice note in the morning to say, this is I shouldn't have switched over yet. Okay, anyway. I wrote her a nice note in the morning to say, I'm so sorry, I had had a couple of drinks, and I was just I just didn't realize how loud I was. It wasn't even that late, by the way. It was only 9:30 when that happened, and quiet hours here don't start until 10. But, well, you know, I don't know their schedule or if they like have to be up early or whatever. And the banging sounded very, very angry. So I wrote her like this long like note of apology and slipped it under her door the next day. And she was like, I didn't hear anything at all from you last night, so I don't know. I don't know what the banging was that you heard, but it definitely was not me. You just like have fun and be loud because I didn't hear anything. So the conclusion is ghosts. Maybe. Potentially. All right. Now that I've followed up on that little anecdote, let's see here. Okay, Bandit Wargame is aimed at absolute beginners. Thank God. It will teach the basics needed to be able to play other wargames. Okay, that's cool. You know, Twitch doesn't have, like, any fucking tags for Capture the Flags, or even cybersecurity, or even tech. Like, it's severely lacking in tag options, and you cannot make your own. You have to, like, choose pre-existing tags. So I'm not a fan of that, and I will be writing a letter of complaint. Okay. This game, like most other games, is organized in levels. You start at level 0 and try to beat or finish it. Finishing a level results in information on how to start the next level. Okay. The pages on this website for level X contain information on how to start level X from the previous level. For example, the page for level 1 has information on how to gain access from level 0 to level 1. Okay. They're all linked. Don't panic and don't give up. I will say, that is one thing I'm pretty good at, is not giving up. But I do tend to panic, but hopefully only momentarily. Oh God, okay. I fail to connect to the Overwatch via SSH. Oh, you're seeing OBS still? How about now? I can't exit out of it if, like... Maybe now? Oh God, I hope that this works, because otherwise I have no idea how actually to reconfigure this. All right. So we might need to put this on hold until I can figure out why my screen share isn't working. So that's fun and exciting. And I'm not even sure how to do that while I'm live streaming with you guys, because, okay, all right. This is the first Capture the Flag, is troubleshooting OBS. This has been like the absolute, so I don't know if y'all have noticed, but I installed Fedora on this desktop that I'm currently streaming from, and because of that, it has posed like a great number of challenges for getting this software set up in the first place. Making sure it was like installed under the right user and had the necessary plugins. And for a little while there were like 2 OBSs installed, and only one of them was working properly, and it was the one that didn't have any of the plugins that I needed. So, you know, this is all par for the course for me so far, is what I'm saying, is that I'm like forcing myself to learn Linux by just like having to figure things out in Linux. I'm not sure why I chose Fedora, honestly. I think I just liked their UI. Okay, let's see what is up with this fucking... It really is, though, like that immersion screen capture. Okay, maybe this is not an active... Oh my God, wouldn't that be so embarrassing if it was just like a fucking... photo. All right, let's see. Now, can we see, is it like updating as I do stuff or still no? So like, can you see the over the wire page? Maybe? Really? Yay! Okay, maybe I just needed to like, I don't know, refresh the source since I started the stream. So, okay, we won the first capture the flag. This is a really good sign. Okay. On to the formal. Yes, see, I'm winning already. On to the formal events of the evening. Okay, note for VMs. You may fail to connect to over-the-wire via SSH with a broken pipe error when the network adapter for the VM is configured to use NAT. Oh my god. Well, I'm not connecting to this on a VM. Does that mean that this doesn't apply to me? I hope so. Oh lord. All right, let's see. Commands you may need to solve this level. SSH. Let's see. Hey! Thank you so much for joining, Houndy. I appreciate you popping by. My god. Okay. It's to log into the game. The goal is to log into the game using SSH. The host to which you need to connect to is... Oh my god. I heard some kind of cute notification, and I didn't pop out my activities panel, so if someone just followed me, thank you for that. I should probably do that. Oh, Houndy, of course it was you. Thank you. That was definitely it. That's the... Woo. Okay, maybe this will... No. Never mind. All right. We need to log into this game. Helpful reading. Secure a shell on Wikipedia. How to use SSH on Wikipedia. Okay, so the host to which you need to connect is bandit.louster.org on port 2220. So is that... Are we opening this in a new tab? I mean, that's what I'm going to try first. This might be completely wrong, but that's part of the fun. Okay, send an invalid response. That's a bad sign. Where am I connecting from? Is it from the browser or from like my machine? Let's see. Secure shell protocol. I mean, I know what SSH is. I'm not sure if I want hits from chat yet. I'm like, if I get stuck. So this is actually feedback that I've gotten from both professors and managers at my job, is that I try to do stuff by myself for too long and like waste time that could have been like exactly. So I'm gonna try first, and then if you guys have hints and you would like to send them to me, then we can do that too. Okay. So I don't actually think that much of this is going to be super helpful. Or maybe it is and I'm scrolling past. Web-based SSH. I know. No, I know. I know, but you guys might know more things about like things to try and stuff like that, which would be appreciated for sure. Okay, web-based SSH makes it possible to access secure shell servers through standard web browsers. This seems like a good lead, potentially. They work together with to access SSH servers. Then again, maybe not. Let's see. JavaScript and dynamic HTML pages are used to capture keystrokes, transmit messages to and from the server, and display the results in the user's web browser. See, that's what I think this is supposed to be, is like a UI in the web browser. But I might just be making that up. What am I? Moose Rooster, welcome. What am I trying to accomplish? I need to log in to connect to bandit.labs.overthewire.org on port 2220. And they even gave us the username and password. So, actually, let's see if this works. No, no hints. Well, yeah, exactly. I probably should have put that in the tags. There is like a, what is it called? No backseating. Yeah, so as I did warn you guys in the description of this stream, not to join if you're actually good at capture the flags, because if you are, this is going to be painful to behold. But, so, okay, you've done this to yourselves, is all I have to say. Let's try HTTP and no, an HTTPS maybe. Sorry if that sounds really loud in the mic. I keep bumping the, okay. It seems fun. What website? It's called Over the Wire. And I am on the very, very first level. Actually, I'm going to open this in a new tab so I don't lose. Okay, if you're connecting to another computer over the internet, you'll probably want to keep your data safe. Yes, I do. Set up SSH properly on your computer and then create an encrypted connection to your server. Okay, so we're connecting. Am I connecting like from? Oh my god, but I'm not on Windows. Does this mean I have to go in from like my own, like from the machine itself? I just assumed that this was like an all online thing. I don't care. I mean, I'll go into the terminal. I'm just surprised. Okay. What is that command to clear the screen? No, not that, clearly. Let's see. Do any of you know the command that clears the screen in Linux? I can Google it too. I might actually just be faster. Just clear. All right. Here we go. Now, let's try end mapping maybe, only because I know how to do that. No. Yes, please do. This is like a brand new PC build, by the way. So there's gonna be a lot of shit like this that I just like don't have yet. That's my thinking as well. Is to make sure that ports are open. And how do you? All right, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Ayo. Oh, look, and then it just went and did it. So 22. I don't see 2220 on here. Okay. Well, let's see what the status is of that one port then. Actually, I need to move this keyboard because to move my pizza bites off of the desk and then move the keyboard. I'm really just like embracing the hacker vibe with my like going everywhere hair and pizza bites all over the desk. They're vegan pizza bites though, so I'm still putting my own spin on things. Okay, so it is open. What the hell? Am I blind? Did I just not see it on the pizza bites are important. It's not listed here. Why? What? Rude. Okay. Open NetIQ is the service that's running. I don't know what that is. No, I don't think that that's right. I have where does this password go? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. The sweep doesn't show all ports. Okay, well, how does it decide, like, which ones are shown and which ones are not shown? All right, let's see. NetIQ is an enterprise software company based in Houston, Texas. I feel like I'm taking myself down a tangent that's not correct. But that's okay. We're just gonna follow it till we get to the dead end. Okay, products and services. See, because I don't actually think that. NetIQ. Okay, well, maybe NetIQ is the thing that they're using to for authentication. Is there a way to like connect to the thing via command line? Yeah. Thank you. Yes, we're pushing forward here with my abysmal knowledge of SSH. I'm actually relatively new to the industry. I don't know how much all y'all. I think, okay, so 2 of you I know in real life. One of you I don't believe that I do. So for my newish viewers, it is a good learning opportunity. That's the thing. It's like trial by fire is the way to go. This is why I put Fedora on my desktop when I had like no Linux experience, because the struggle of like I have to figure it out is exactly like it's the best way to learn by far. I didn't think of the nmap thing. Well, thank you. I use that command a lot at work. So that's why it was the first thing that popped into mind. All right. Also, if you're SSHing to a particular target, multiple ways, places to put in a password. Okay. can specify the username and password with flags. That's good to know. This was a very good hint, Mr. Candlejack, like, without giving the answer away. There is no graphical interface for SSH. Good to know. Okay, so we are doing it all in the shell, or terminal, whatever you want to call it. Test the connection. They're trying to be tricky. Well, if you're trying to make things more difficult for me, I don't appreciate it, since I'm clearly having enough trouble on my own. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I'll allow it. Okay. SSA username with your username on the remote computer. Remote with the... Okay. Let's try this format here. So we've got SSH, and then, oh my god, I'm sorry again for bumping the microphone. This setup needs to be revised. SSH bandit 0. Do I need to specify a port for this? Yes. Add a... The authenticity of the host can't be established. Key fingerprint is Shaw something. Are you sure you want to continue connecting? Yes. Yes. If everything crashes and burns now, it was so good knowing all of you. Yes, it is. This is an over-the-wire game server. Okay, and the password was what again? You want to build a hack box. You should build a hack box. If you are, like, capable of doing that, do it. I'm just hoping to, like, that would do it, not reading the instructions. Hey, look at that. We are in, man. We solved the first level. I wish there was, like, some kind of confetti overlay. I did not think ahead. I definitely would have liked to have some kind of confetti overlay or chat function. I'm going to have to look into that for next week's Capture the Flag. Okay. I see I was only going to do one of these, but we're approximately half an hour into the stream, so I definitely have time to do a few more. Okay. Let's see. Speaking of crash and burn. I mean, you mean Hackers, that movie with... Oh my god. What the fuck is his name? Young Iron Man? Robert Downey Jr., oh my god. Right? Or am I thinking of someone else? No. It was, yeah, I'm definitely thinking of someone else. Okay, no. But I do know the movie that you're talking about, just maybe not the actor. Or was it Robert Downey Jr.? Don't know. Alright. No. Oh, what's the guy? He plays, unless I'm completely making shit up, he plays Sherlock in that show Elementary with Lucy Liu. I actually really like that show a lot. And I love anything Sherlock Holmes related. Some people are like purists for anything like Holmesian, and I am not one of them. Like, give me like any adaptation, anything even remotely related to Sherlock Holmes, and I am about it. So, yeah. Okay, moving right along here. Bolstered by our success in level 1. Here we are, transitioning to level 0. Johnny Lee Miller. And he's from elementary too, yeah? Yes, okay. They look vaguely similar, or at least they did when they were that age. All right. Password for the next level is stored in a file called README, located in the home directory. Use this password to log into Bandit 1 using SSH. Whenever you find a password for a level, use SSH on port 2220 to log into that level and continue the game. Yes, exactly. Dope. Okay. Is there like any kind of risk to me for running these directly on my host machine? Like I can't imagine what it would be, but yeah, I would. Okay. At least I'm not alone and just like going straight into the terminal. Here we go. All right. So let's see where we're at. Oh. Okay. That was too easy. Well, okay, so, okay, wait, so this gobbledygook is now the password? There were security holes in SSH. I think this is very true. This is very true. Okay. So, okay, maybe I'm okay. Also, why I want a hack box rather than just my prep. This is exactly what I'm thinking as well. All you're possibly leaking is privacy information about what terminal you're using, what IP you're connected from. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know how concerned I need to be about that. Okay, so if we use the same login method but sub in Bandit 1 and for the username and then the password that's in this README, that should maybe do it. Let's see. Is right. The biggest risk is what you're showing about your own host. Yes. I guess, I don't know. I also don't know how much I want to live stream about my setup here, network-wise. But maybe to level 5. You don't need to share much. That's good. Poundy, why are you beating me at my own game here? You're making me look bad. Is this not going? What? Okay, cool. I am not entirely sure what is happening here. Apparently that was incorrect. Oh no! New to this field, I've been here for a decade. That's very true. I am also more distracted, yes, because I'm trying to interact with the chat. Okay. Now I am stuck in the command line, and I don't know what's happening. Because from what I understood, every time you found a new password, you had to log into the next level. But I'm not seeing how to do that. It's not just, wait, did I miss like a character or something? No, I did not. I actually don't know how to even like return from this. God, I'm stuck. There you are. Maybe I wasn't stuck. It was stuck. I know, computer. You're thinking very hard. It shouldn't be having any issues though. Like, Lord knows. It's beefy enough. Okay. So there's really only this one file. How do you list directories? I should really get like a fucking cheat. Okay, no. So they would be listed if there were any. So there's none. So here it is. So now, all right, don't laugh at me. I'm about to try the exact same thing again because I just want to make sure that like the command failed and not my terminal. That's all. Make sure that I have this correct as well. Here goes nothing. Maybe the README is in some kind of like code. Like it's encrypted somehow. I guess I could try. Where would I even start with decrypting something like this though? I have no idea how to recognize different types of encryption. Wait, didn't... I might be overthinking. Maybe. Oh, the connection timed out. So yeah, maybe I am overthinking. Maybe this is just not playing well with the streaming. That's happening. It's just thinking too hard. Alright, we'll give it another minute, I suppose. But, okay. Didn't it say earlier it was using Shaw something? Not that I'm necessarily gonna follow up on that, but Shaw is like a type of key though, isn't it? Oh my god. Well, while we're waiting, I have an orange cat. I do have an orange cat. Oh, yes. It's like, how did you know that? Also, welcome, Inept Smeagol. That is such a great username. Welcome. Okay, connection timed out. Why? Why are you doing that? Okay. Yes, please give me a hint, because at this point, I'm getting a little mad. Also, my orange cat's name is Chester, by the way. What computer is your terminal on right now? It's on my host machine, which is a Fedora Linux. I'm not sure which. Well, it's the same machine that I'm streaming from, if that's like... Wait, you mean like as far as the at? It's on, yeah, it is on my host machine right now. Aww, your favorite color cat. I don't know if orange is my favorite color cat. What I do love about ginger tappies is that like they're so... Okay, yes, I'm SSH into Bandit. This is what I thought. So okay, so it's not on my host machine right now, meaning that it's logged into Bandit, so maybe there's some kind of connection issue with that. Into Bandit while you're within Bandit. Oh, okay, you're right. So in that case, how do I change users within SSH? Oh, yes. Couldn't have done it without you guys. Do I have to hard code this? Oh, God. J9, JBBUNN, FKTD, 7800. Ah, fucking shit. I know that I just typoed that. Control Shift C. If that's not, yeah, it is. Well, let's give it a try. I think that was the one that yeah. Control Shift V. Maybe? Oh man. That's just rude. Okay, I'm gonna try to hard code it one last time. Stop going so fast. And then look into some kind of like, maybe it's encrypted somehow. Okay, we've got BO, capital J, 9, JBBUNN, FKTD, 7800, PSQ, 0, LTTMC, 3, and 1. Wow, good job, MJ. We have forgotten the most crucial... Yeah, I think I did copy the spaces after the text as well. Well, okay, in that case, we'll try after we've input the command, we will then attempt a copy-paste once more. Here we go. Here goes nothing. Maybe? God damn it, Bandit 1. You're so difficult and ornery, and I don't appreciate it. Now we will attempt to hard code again, now that we're in the password field. why it wouldn't work. I see. Backed out an SSH again. What? Seems harder than what I did. Well, maybe not if it's not working. So, okay. Okay. So, how do I get out of this, of the bandit server? It like never occurred to me. Don't tell me. I'm going to. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Dude, you and me both. Okay, let's see. Back out of SSH login. Closing the shell. Oh, okay. Hit the enter key, then type. Okay. Interesting. I don't know that this is necessarily exactly. I can't get switch user to work either. There's probably some weird policy in play. I think that you may be right about that. Well, thank you for at least like sanity checking my work here because like, wow. Okay. So if you. Disconnect. Hit enter and then type squiggle period. I mean, I would agree. Look at that. Okay, so now. I mean, you would think that you'd be able to switch users once you're connected to the, well, okay, whatever. Bandit, oh, actually, didn't I? Yeah. No. Okay, let's try copy paste here. No. There we go. Ayo, there it is. Okay, that was like way more complicated than it needed to be. I feel like it was just a very complicated. I wanted to give it oh yeah, I already read that. Thank y'all for being active in the chat. It's making this like a lot easier. Yeah, easier because for sure, when if I had tried to do this by myself, I would have gone like down several rabbit holes already. Alright, let's see here. The password for the next level is stored in a file called dash. Let's go in. Well, yeah. Located in the home directory. Well, let's take a look here. Am I like dashed file name? Oh, okay, there's probably some like special way I'm supposed to interact with this. Uh-huh. Okay, this, they linked a Google search for me. Thank you. Don't think I could have done this without you. How to open a dash file name using terminal. Oh, Stack Overflow. My old friend. Okay, using as an argument first. You have to specify the full location of the file. Okay, I guess that makes sense. So, like, that does make me feel a little bit better. Oh, and write the changes to the file. I do not want to write changes to the file. No, thank you. Display the cover. Why would I ever need to do these? Okay, I don't know. This is particularly helpful. Aha! Exit without saving. Press escape, press colon. Oh, but this is for... I'm not sure if this is going to work, actually. Exit my cat without saving. Terminate. By Control C. Okay. We'll give that a try. There it is. I should have tried that earlier. Hi, Warzoid. Thank you for popping in. And yes, you were absolutely correct. Control C was the way to go. I tried it earlier in a different situation with not a lot of success. So I doubted whether it would be effective here, but it very much was. Okay, so now, since it is a dash file, which I didn't know was a thing, apparently we need to open it like this. And there it is. Okay, so, it was enter... set it on fire. I don't know if we're quite to the set it on fire level just yet, but yeah, yes. Okay, how did we? It was enter squiggle dot. The technical terms, I assure you. Maybe? Am I making that shit up? To get out of SSH? No, I was right. Okay, so now we have to log in again using Bandit 2, I'm guessing. Called spaces in this file name. I don't know. What? Okay. Wait, actually, I'm not trying to follow this out. Here's our new, our trusty password. Control-Shift-C, Control-Shift-V, and enter. And here we are on level 2. Okay, password for the next level is stored in a file called spaces in this file name located in the home directory. Let's see what all is in here. Okay. I'm not entirely sure well, let's see what Google has to say about this particular kind of file. Because I'm assuming it's something that I can't just open. How to read a file name with spaces in Linux. Sometimes files copied or mounted from Windows would end up with spaces. Fucking Windows. Everything is for fucking Windows. I'm not a fan of that. There's like, side note, there's like so many cool softwares and tools and like shit you can stream from or with on Windows, and none of them work on Linux. And I think at the end of the day, like, I'm glad I'm sticking with this and that I like had to figure out OBS on my own in Fedora. OBS is really good. And I think that at the end of the day, it's going to be better. It's just that like the learning curve was kind of brutal, and I legitimately didn't know if I was going to be ready for my first stream or my second one, actually, because after I had completely successfully streamed last Wednesday, everything kept crashing yesterday when I went to go in and create like a separate scene, because on Wednesday I was just chatting, and so I didn't really need to switch views or anything. Yes, this is my second stream. But I went to like go in and create a screen share scene for this, for the Hack the Box, for the, well, not for the CTF stuff. And it just kept crashing over and over, and so I had to go through and like troubleshoot it all again. And then I ended up uninstalling and reinstalling it, and then I had to redo all of my scenes anyway, so that was really fun. But yeah, yes, always learning, exactly. So at the end of the day, like, I do, now that I have a proper version of OBS installed with all of the mistake I made before was, this is like unrelated to anything, so apologies for not moving forward on the CTF, but this is my stream, so I'm going to stop and tell the story. The mistake I made before was downloading OBS from the Fedora software store, and it had like no features, like none, like no option. There was no browser option to put widgets in the overlay or anything like that, so it was like very, very limited in the kinds of things you could add as sources. And maybe there was other things too, I don't know. I just know that that was like the main thing that was very frustrating for me. And so I tried to uninstall the one from the Fedora software store and install Snap and install the version from the Snap store. But the uninstall, yeah, exactly, Candle Jack. The uninstall through the Fedora software store like didn't work all the way, and I think it's probably because there were some OBS Studio files from the, well, actually no, because I tried to uninstall it first before I ever installed Snap or like installed the other version, and it just didn't go, like it just didn't work all the way. And so by the time I finally got it to uninstall, and this Snap one was up and running, and that's actually the one, like the OBS Studio from the Snap store was the one that or the Snap store, I mean, you don't have to pay for that stuff, which is pretty great. It's one of many things I've grown to love about OBS already. But, so it was up and running last week, and I streamed from that version of the software, but then on Sunday, the Fedora store version finally was showing as uninstalled, but then the Snap store version was crashing every time I tried to open it. So there must have been some kind of, like, when I uninstalled the OBS Studio that was installed under the root user, which is where all of the stuff from the Fedora store goes, and also uninstalled all of the dependencies, there must have been something. There must have just been like some small thing that the Snap version was also using that got uninstalled. So that's how I spent my Sunday, was taking care of all of that. But as we've said, it was a very good learning experience. How would I have known about any of this? Because the only reason I even got to the point where I was going to uninstall the version of OBS from the Fedora store is that I had tried to manually install the missing plugin that I needed, and it was not working. Sounds like the typical experience. Yes, learning through pain, but the pain like solidified, like that's what gets you to remember it all because you've suffered for it. Thank you. Thank you. I feel like a real techie now. That fucking plugin I had installed it under HackerWitch, whereas the software itself was installed under root. So I couldn't even, I downloaded it, I couldn't even move it. It is good for me. This is why I'm doing it to myself. This is why. There's just like a touch of masochism and a strong desire to learn things the hard way if necessary. Okay, all that being said, here we go back to the capture of the flag. A little pain never hurt anyone. Okay, moving right along. Creating files with spaces. To create file with space name. Okay, no, I'm not creating one. I just want to open it. Read a file. Okay, you just need to use quotes or slashes. I can do that. There it is. Easy peasy. Okay, so now... Oh, okay. Why do I go to hard code every damn time? Look at this. We're already on level 3. This is going so well. There it is. Okay. Dope. Okay. Level 3 to level 4. Password for the next level is stored in a hidden file in the in here directory. Wow, and they didn't give me any resources or hints. But isn't there something to do with like asterisks and shit being hidden? I don't know. Let's just see what there is to see here. In here, okay. Is a directory, okay? And there's nothing in there. Well, this is intriguing. Open hidden files in Linux. Run the ls command with the A flag, which enables viewing of all files. Is it hidden? It is a hidden file, yes. I mean, I can see it, but I cannot open it. Oh, so, okay, no, the in here directory, that's fine. I can open. The in here directory is visible, but the file inside of it is hidden, which is why, aha! I found it. With the A flag. There's no GUI here. Is that really there? That's okay. Well, maybe if I just oh, okay, that was simple enough as well. Man, we're just like flying through these. I guess it's also been a little over an hour jamming out to this song. I really like this station is called Happy EDM on Pretzel Rocks, which is a streaming site that I started using because it has all like copyright safe music, which is what we need for streaming. Okay. Oh, really? It's bedtime. Oh, yeah, you're on the East Coast, yeah? Thanks so much for hopping in, Houndy. I appreciate you, and thank you for the help and for the well wishes. And maybe I will catch you next time. Sleep well. And kids gotta. Oh my God, a child. I don't know anything about your life. We should catch up sometime. I hope that. Yes. Okay. Sorry again for bumping. Yeah, I'll hit you up for sure. And thank you again for hopping in. It's good to see you, to hear from you, or whatever. Okay. Stop breaking. I'm not breaking anything. I'm just doing stuff. Ciao. I will. I mean, this video will be up tomorrow if you have the desire to watch another. What would that be? Another 2 hours and 45 minutes worth of this. I don't know if I'm going to make it to the 4-hour mark just doing CTFs, though. I might not do that and just hang out for the last bit of it. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how I'm feeling in a couple hours. But so far, I'm quite enjoying this. So I think. All right. Let's see. The password is here. So this is mainly like file navigation, which luckily I'm like not bad at. And even if I was bad at it, like navigating through file systems is like not. Oh, permission denied. Well, that's just rude. I must have missed a letter, maybe, or maybe not. No, it's not letting me in. Okay, I'll try hard coding it, I guess, just in case. Unless, am I trying to log into the wrong? Yeah, I am. Oh, MJ. I forgot to change the username to Bandit4. It's always the stupid shit. Did I really like backspace and then write 3 again? God, that's embarrassing. This is what happens when I attempt to interact with chat and also complete capture the flag challenges. Now, there it is. Computers are hard. This is why I have made them my living. My bread and butter. The air that I breathe. All right. Password for the next level is stored in the only human readable file in the in here directory. If your terminal is messed up, try the reset command. This does not bode well. Okay. So we're gonna mess up the terminal apparently. Let's see. was in here? Let's just make sure there's nothing hiding in here. There's a couple. No, not really. The only human readable file. So, oh my god. Is this like a try? I just have to open all of them and see. Is there a command to show more information on a list of files before opening them? This might not have been. How to display file properties via terminal. ls-l, it shows properties, but how to display. I guess I might as well try ls-l. This is useless. Okay. What was the other one recommended here? Stat. Format. Use the specified no, that's not what I want. Version. Okay, this is a lot. I don't stat 2 full documentation. Okay. Total size. Aha! Human readable. So maybe one of these time of last status change human readable. Or is that referring to the change itself? Okay. So percent %A I'm just staring at this command manual because I am not sure what to do next. Okay, so stat is for displaying the file or file system status. Mandatory arguments. Long options are mandatory for short options too. So, what is this saying that the valid format sequence for files without _file system? Does that mean it's only to be used with -f and then one of these? Maybe? I mean, I guess it's worth a try. Wait, let me write this down somewhere because I'm going to forget it once I leave the manual. I do that all the time. All the goddamn time. I have my star-shaped Post-it notes for this very reason. Okay. We're going to write -f and then % uppercase A. And maybe that will work. And maybe it won't. But we are going to try. We are going to try it. So this is all type the command stat stat-f space %uppercase A, maybe. We're gonna try it anyway. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do at all. Q. Stat-f. Cannot read file system information for A. Okay, so does that mean that the file system needs to be input and then the percent? You know what? I don't want to think about this right now. I'm just gonna try and open all of them and wreck my terminal the way that they told me not to. We're gonna work backwards. Not that one. Not that one. There it is. I figured it would be toward the end. Fucking bastards. Alright. Who is... Oh my god! Who is rating me? Oh my word! Welcome to all of you guys. Holy shit. I don't know who... Oh my god. I am... Welcome. I don't have any special raid anything to present to you guys. I'm just struggling through some capture the flags. Yes, over the wire. I'm super, super new to this, so I am actually struggling a lot less than I thought, but we're in the process of, let's see, we're on level 4 getting to level 5. We've just found the password for level 5. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. Well, this is my first raid, so yes, I'm very excited. This is only my second stream, actually, so, you know, it's kind of a big deal. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. It's so loud. Okay. So, okay, for the RMRFing, we're not doing that. That is what we're not going to do. Grab it all. Y'all have some very interesting ideas as to how to work through capture the flags. Okay, so Deej, I will tell you about me. Join the narwhals. I don't know what that is. Putting out content and I am being public with my struggles. You know why? It is the best way for me to keep myself accountable, because this kind of capture the flag challenge is exactly the kind of thing I have been meaning to do since I got started in the industry about a year ago. So, my God, thank you all so much for the follows. I am not keeping up with thanking you all individually, but I just really appreciate it. Holy shit. Like, for real, you've just made my entire life. I would call you out individually if I could, but I don't even have my activity notifications up on the screen at the moment. But you guys are great. You're great. Okay, so a little bit about me. Narwhal Republic. I've been adopted by a group of very, very cool Twitch people. I'm awesome. All right, so a little bit about me. My name is MJ. My background is in like music and entertainment, and I worked many years in the service industry. But yeah, I won't lose momentum. I'm planning on once a week, Cyber Mondays, to do capture the flags. Thank you. You all are so sweet. I can't thank you enough. So, yes, so I started school. I did a cyber boot camp last year, starting in March, and I graduated social engineer. What? So, yeah, started school March of last year, graduated this past January. It was just like a 10-month boot camp. I loved it immediately, like everything about cybersecurity right away, even though I never, in the past, like at no point would I ever have thought like this is like the most people I have ever had in my chat at once. So if I am not keeping up, I sincerely apologize. So, yes, I just completely fell in love with cybersecurity, like right off the bat, and like threw myself into school because also, if y'all remember correctly, March of last year was right when everything was shutting down, and both of the service jobs that I had, I lost both of them, so I was just like suddenly unemployed. Yeah, because it is dynamic, and it's exactly. And there is like a creative element to it as well. You know what? I'm gonna switch up. No, maybe not actually. It's gonna be too big of a pain to switch. I'm still only working with one monitor, so we'll stick with the current scene setup. I am on Over the Wire. So I started off I just like threw myself into cybersecurity as hard as I could because I was completely unemployed and had time to do all of that shit. So I was in school, evenings and weekends, and I thank you again for the follows. I should probably be somewhere where I can call you out individually, but thank you. So yeah, so for like March, April, May, I just kind of like it was like 24/7 cybersecurity. I just like ate, breathed, slept, and lived cybersecurity. I read as much as I possibly could. Yeah, I have, that was like on the list for like the possible, because these are my first capture the flags also. Working with one monitor myself. I also have a small desk. Yes. I highly recommend 2 monitors. I absolutely adore. There's like nothing. Actually, with my work laptop, I have 3 monitors. So I'm a little bit spoiled. But yeah, about a few months into school and like just learning as much as I possibly could. Kevin Ringer, there something got asterisked out. Unless it's supposed to just be 3 asterisks for free training. Hack the box, maybe? Or maybe it was links get blocked. That's what it is then. The normal spirit. I will. So yeah, I actually landed my first job in cybersecurity back in August of last year, and it's been like a total whirlwind since then. I want to upgrade my desk to autonomous standing desk. Yeah! A second monitor you can position vertically. That would be awesome. So I work in vulnerability management, but more like on the technical support side at the moment. It's like not entry level per se, but it's like on the easier side as far as like coming in, doing capture the flag. Yeah, well, yeah. So like I said, this has kind of been the goal from the beginning, is to get better at hacking, which I mean, the only way, are we hiring? I don't know actually if we're hiring at the moment. But the company I work at is doing was doing like a huge hiring push to expand their support department. And so I just happened to get caught up in that because I had so much experience working with people. They basically, the way that they kind of explained it to me after the fact was like, we don't need, like, there's lots of people who have technical skills, but you have like the soft skills. We know that you're smart enough to like learn the tech side, which I have. I'm actually really proud to say that I have been learning the tech side of things pretty well, and it's complementing like the soft skills side, and on top of it all, I just like really love my job. Like I really genuinely love the work that I do in the day-to-day. So yeah, exactly. You can teach tech. Teaching emotional intelligence is much harder, or teaching like a good attitude, or that like trying and failing. I actually, the job was, I was not expecting to land the job. Like, I applied to be the secretary at this company. I applied to be the secretary because I was like, hey, I'm like 2 months into school, but you know what I'm really good at is working with people. So, I can work the front desk, and then once I've done that, like I'll meet the right people, get a foot in the door, and hopefully like pivot into a more technical role after some time. And sounds like, oh man, I'm missing stuff. Anyway, I was snatched out of the secretary interview process by my current manager, who met me during like the final round of interviews for the secretary job and invited me to apply for a position in technical support. And at the time, like I said, I literally, thank you again for the follows. I don't know who you are because I don't have my activity notifications up and running on the screen. But thank you. Thank you. So yeah, initially I thought that he was making a very huge mistake because I had like no technical skills whatsoever. But they kept calling me back, and then they offered me a job. So here I am. I'm like a year. What is this? March. So yeah, I'm like just over a year into the industry and almost at a year at my current job, and things are going really well. But this for me is like the next step to really like enrich this. Thank you, Microwave and Bugman and all y'all. A Sans CTF on Wednesday and Thursday. Super looking forward to it. CTF. Okay. Hacker techniques and incident handling. That sounds so cool. And that's a Sans course? I might have to look into that myself. Do I want to be a pen tester? Yes. Thank you, Rocksteady. So Joshua and CyberKitty, that was initially the goal. Like what first got me interested in cybersecurity was pen testing, because it's like so glamorous and so sexy, and like everyone wants to be a master hacker. So at the moment, I'm working like a fellow hustler and maybe I can get into some biking shit. Joshua, what kind? If your job will pay for Sans, they might actually. I think they might. I'd have to talk to them about it, but everyone wants to pen test until it's time to and write the reports. Okay, so this is the other funny part. I also have a writing background. Oddly, the first time I went to college was back in 2008. And I was studying writing and communications with a minor in music and Italian. And then the reports and how much customer interaction, actually, that's exactly true. CSV Dumble, no. No, so the writing reports part, actually, I know that for a lot of people in tech, that's like a A bit, yeah, I've done a little of everything. It's one part of the OSCP. I would love to get the OSCP. Not even because I'm sure that I want to be a pen tester, but I just like, it's so prestigious. I just want it. So here we are on the first, level 5 of my first Capture the Flag fight ever. Inspired by, well, actually, what inspired me personally was I had a scare. I had a personal, like, I had a personal scare that kind of threw cybersecurity right into my line of focus in like a big way. And nothing bad happened, but it spooked me so much that I just realized like this is something that I know nothing about. And in the process of researching like what could have happened, I just started learning more about the industry in general, and it really intrigued me. And I mean, that was a few years ago. It took a while for me to shift gears because at the time, like when I first learned about cybersecurity and pen testing, I was still working at a club in Las Vegas, and it took another like 2 or 3 years for me to get to the point where I actually was like, okay, I'm going to school. Like, this is happening now. I kept, like, you know, I had moved and I kept putting it off. And I wasn't sure, like, where I wanted to go or whatever. But, you know, there's, like, those moments in life where you're just, like, something has got to fucking give. And then you just do what you got to do. So I feel like I've had so many of those. The girl with the dragon tattoo, I have seen one of the movies and started reading the first book, but I never actually finished it. I mean, it was good. It just was like a very long book. Yeah, it's always fascinating to hear how people got into cyber because I feel like very few people have like straight and narrow paths into the industry. If you had asked me in high school, well, obviously, if you had asked me in high school what I wanted to do with my life, I would have said, like, I'm going to be a writer or maybe a musician. And I actually did do both of those things. I do follow the Cyber Mentor. He was one of the first people that I really, like, watched religiously on here back then. And yeah, cyber stories do help everyone because for real, anyone can do it. I say this all the time to anyone who is unhappy in their current field. I'm like, hey, you know what's so great and so versatile is cybersecurity. I mean, tech in general, but specifically cybersecurity is just like so multifaceted. You can red team or blue team. You can work independently or for a company. You can focus on, there's just like so many different things. Your current position involves instant response. Not at the moment. No, I'm more of a blue teamer currently, but it could happen. GCIH. Okay, what does that stand for? Actually, I can look it up. GCIH. Also, they're on 507. It's all about network auditing and instant response. Yeah, so I do. I mean, my ultimate goal, even though I'm currently like more of a blue teamer, and I'm still learning. I'm like very new to everything. It really is multifaceted. Yes, either cybersec or law school. Oh my God, Cyberline. That never even occurred to me. Thank you, whoever just followed. Wow, I'm terrible at this. I swear. When I get my second monitor set up, I'm going to work on my scenes and alerts and such. But thank you in the meantime. This Narwhal Society thing. Honestly, Handlejack, so do I. I'm a big fan of it, actually. So, yeah, man, cyber law. So, who do I follow well, what is there like a group to join or a channel to follow specifically? Came from Normal Commander. Cyber Insecurity, that's amazing. All right, I'm gonna follow them as soon as this stream is over as well. I also love that username. Cyber Insecurity. Yes, I work in tech and I still write things down with a pen and paper sometimes. Okay, there was something else that I was going to say. Yeah, I can't imagine. I cannot imagine. Oh, is it? I can try and speak more directly into the microphone. I'm just so delighted. Legal jurisdiction on crack. Yeah, I believe it. Like, blue teaming is the best teaming. I don't know if I agree with that statement personally. Purple team is, yeah. Well, so yeah, like my ultimate goal is to be able to do a little bit of everything. And at some point to be able to work as a consultant, either independently or for a firm or something of that nature, because I just feel like that would be the best. So whether is what you do, though, not what you are. This is very true. So whether that consulting includes pen testing, I would be down for that. But also, Sans has really been pushing, moving more towards a purple team instead of having a red team. Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, anytime there's like siloed groups of people, I've run into this at my job as well. Like when there's two noted. That's not the actual. I will bear that in mind. Yeah, exactly. So when like the teams are all, when you're like, okay, here's what I'd like you to try, and they're like, okay, well, I need to go talk to our networking team then. And you're like, okay, let me know when you're, or they like push back because they don't want to talk to their other teams internally, and no one has all the information, and it's like, can we all get on like remotely the same page here? It can be very frustrating. So, yeah, that's like another reason I'd like to have more. Well, I mean, as you can kind of tell from my background so far, I prefer to know a little bit about a lot of things than to be highly specialized in any one thing. I mean, specialization is great and it makes you super valuable, but I just prefer to be a little more all over the place. So that's the story. Thank you all again for tuning in. What do I find most difficult about my current role? The volume of work. We're still in the process of expanding the department to cover capacity. I do have ADD. How did you know? I've refrained from labeling my streams as such because I don't usually talk directly about having ADHD, but I do have it. Exactly, Dev Milton. Well, I just left that environment as a consultant. The contract was lost because things weren't remediated timely because engineering didn't talk to. Oh my God, that's horrible. Checked out IPPSec on YouTube. Started off as a blue teamer and then pivoted over. So I have not, but I'll write it down and check it out. Okay, so yeah, honestly, the work that I do is not that hard, but there's always just so much of it all the time. Okay, I'm not entirely sure why the background music is wobbling. Like I said, it's my second stream, so I'm still figuring some stuff out. Is it maybe because I keep moving around while I talk, I can try to like speak into the microphone more? My cats are fighting right now. Second stream, pretty. That was a cat, yes. Not the command. Second stream. Oh, that's okay. Oh my God, don't apologize at all. This is like very fun and exciting for me personally. Microwave was a good experience. Came in as a cyber engineer, junior cyber engineer. Damn. That's awesome. I do, yeah, I'm hoping to have a similarly upward trajectory in time. But, I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yes, I should join the Discord, wherever that may be. I'm sure it's on some tips on learning sides about CSEG. Yes, please someone send me the link. Wine bottles. I feel that so hard. I've poured myself an allocation of wine for this evening, and I'm gonna try not to drink anymore. Because during my first stream on Wednesday, I whipped out the bourbon and just got a little carried away. But that day it was more laid back. I didn't actually have anything to accomplish per se. But I will say this, yeah, and it was Bullet too. I have like a bottle of desk bourbon, and it's always Bullet because it's just so good. You can just drink it straight. Where is the bourbon? It's right here. But I'm not drinking it today. Today I'm drinking wine. But just so y'all know, I'm not lying. No, just regular Bullet. Thank you. Gifferum 190. I agree that everyone should have a bottle of desk bourbon. Thank you, Joshua. I will check that after the stream. I really appreciate the invite, and I appreciate all of you so much. Okay. So, shall I push forward with this capture the flag? I mean, yes, I do drink straight from the bottle. Did I mention that, or did you just guess that from the way I was holding the bottle? I mean, why dirty a dish is how I feel about that. Okay, yes. Level 4 to 5. So I actually did just that. This is the password for level 5. I grew up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and then I lived in New York City for 6 years, and then Vegas for a few, and now I'm in Southern California, in like the LA area, which is like so cliche. You know, I moved to California. I moved to LA and became a streamer because that's what you do here is you create content. There I was just gonna say there is no, I could tell you there would be cake at the end, but it would be a lie. Oh, you're out in Maryland. I was looking at the University of Maryland for undergrad, and ended up not going there because I was out of state, obviously, and the tuition was heinously expensive. But yeah. All right. What am I doing? I'm just like... Ooh. Sorry. No. Yes. Content creation. How did I like the raid? Oh my god, I loved it. It's like... It means so much to me that you all came out to support my second stream ever. I honestly like never dreamed that. Yeah, me too, Ned Fraser. I am also very glad that you found my stream. So, yeah, I did honestly like I expected things to just like take a little more time to grow, and I'm not like doing amazing numbers at the moment, but I mean, my first stream I think I like capped out at 7 viewers, so that's okay though. We had a good time with the bourbon, etc. Maybe. Hey, there it is. At University of Maryland's Masters in Cybersecurity. Do they have a cybersecurity program now? That's wild. And it's 100% online, you say? Well. Oh, thank you, Cyber Lola. I appreciate it. I do. So I have a performance background as well. So I've just literally done a little bit of everything. But when is it possible to have a bad time with bourbon? I also don't think so. They offer in-person classes. But welcome! Y'all, this person was my first follower. Butts with a Z. Cyber Lola is good at... Oh, well, maybe she'll have to teach me a few things, because what job have I not done? Up until now, I had never worked in an office. So, take from that what you will. Cyber Lola was a ballerina. Oh my god, you were a pilot. Few of us came to, I feel that that's generally, well, because also, this wasn't, like, cybersecurity wasn't really a thing when I was looking at colleges. Like, you went into computer science, and that was all. That was the only option, to maybe be a programmer. A firefighter and a cable guy. That's so cool! And here we all are. And that was lame. Yes. Yeah, I feel you. I mean, yeah, I never, ever, ever would have dreamed if you would, when I was leaving high school thinking about what I wanted to do with my life, I hadn't even bothered to take honors math classes, honestly. Like, I just took all the bare minimums. Science was okay. I really liked physics. But even then, I wasn't even taking honors, let alone the AP classes. Many diversity. It makes things very fun. It does. Because there's so many interesting people. Lived in the woods for a living. Training soldiers in survival training before I started technical support. That's fucking wild. So, okay. Those are useful skills too, though. In case of the cyber apocalypse, you will be able to both hack and live off the land. Cybersecurity, or CS versus CE. Yeah, so, I mean, math and I always was under the impression that, like, to work in tech at all, you had to have, like, tons of math and tons of science credits. But that is just not the case. Because I don't have any of either. I think I took, when I was in college, I took one math class. I took statistics. I mean, that's what they tell you, right? Instructor at Fort Rucker. Nice. So, yeah, not only did I not take any math or science classes in college, I then transferred to a conservatory for performing arts, which is, so I wasn't even taking regular classes, like just singing, dancing, and acting for 4 semesters. So yeah, I really truly, and that was that I graduated from the conservatory in 2012. So I had been out of school for like 8 years when I went to this cybersecurity boot camp, and was not expecting for it to come so easily, honestly, because I just didn't like have the background that I thought you were supposed to have. But yeah. Okay. Off we go. Level 5 to 6. Password for the next level is start net phraser. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming, and good luck with your hacking. Password for the next level is stored in a file somewhere under the in here directory and has all of the following properties. Oh God. Okay. Cool. Maybe here. I stream. The plan is to stream cybersecurity stuff on Mondays, and then like witchcraft and tarot stuff on Wednesdays. So Wednesdays are more chill. Mondays are more like I'm trying to learn things. So Mondays and Wednesdays at the moment, and then if we did have a brief discussion about this earlier. I prefer if you let me suffer until I explicitly ask for help, because otherwise I'm not going to learn. The suffering is good for you. This is why the desktop that I'm on currently is a recent build, and I installed Fedora on it. And I don't really have much Linux experience whatsoever, and so I've just been pain and suffering. Even getting OBS set up to stream and getting everything set up has been like a whole capture the flag of its own. So yeah, I'm a big fan of learning things the hard way, and that's kind of the plan. So okay, find. Let's see. Oops. I'm warning you. I'm like very new to this. I've got a lot of math. Yeah, and algebra. I guess I always kind of did okay with algebra, just because it's like so logical, you know? So many men here, and you're looking I see. Listen, rock steady. Did I not put in the description of this stream that you should not join if you're actually good at capture the flags, because yeah, there will be a lot of screaming at the monitor. And they're all new. They're started on language. I did write that. I was trying to look at the manual for the find command, but I clearly that's not what happened. Okay. What is Bando? Thank you. This is Over the Wire, which is a War Games capture the flag platform. I don't know. It was recommended to me as a good, like, total beginner capture the flag. Yeah. Which is good, because I'm a total beginner at capture the flags, at least. But now I've done 5 of them, so getting better every minute. Yeah, you totally should. Any other beginner tips? not pertaining to Over the Wire specifically. Excuse me, no spoilers in the chat, please. Although I do appreciate the help, and I may need it in a minute. So, okay. Simple text file with pattern. Not find and delete. Search for empty files and directories. Okay, here's... First timer CTF overlap. Oh, I don't know about this other one. Oh, Pico CTF. I have never heard of that. Alright, so we're looking for... logic-based, yes. I started learning about... oh, that's perfect! If it's used for middle and high school classes, that's perfect for me, because I feel like I'm right about at that level, hacking-wise. Awesome. Like you're like that scene from The Office. That's the number of times that I've referenced that GIF to my supervisors at work. So many. Explain it to me like I'm 5. Okay, there was a command that I used earlier to list information about the files, and I can't remember what it is. It's gone. Yeah, anytime. Frank Lee. Oh, well, you all also were thanking people in the chat, so thank you to them too. Okay. Let's see. In a directory hierarchy, new finds and searches the directory tree rooted at each given starting point by evaluating the given expression from left to right. Never follow symbolic links. Okay. Diagnostic information. No, I cannot remember what the command was that I ran to show all of the, like, read, write, execute shit on all of these. It wasn't this. Oh! Here it is. ls-l. Okay, so we need it to be not executable. Am I tripping? Like, or, oh my god, no. All of these are directories too? God damn it. Okay, so trial and error is not the way to go. Let's just take another look at these directions. Search for file. Okay, this is definitely what we're going to want to use. More than one of the HL and P is specified. They override each other. Follow option has a similar effect to -L, though it takes effect at the point where it appears. That is, if -L is not used, but -follow is. Okay, this is like a lot. Enables query optimization. The find program reorders test to speed up execution. HyperX type tests. The text bigger, please. Yes, I can. No. Can't, apparently. I know that there's a way to set font type in the terminal. Hang on. Control right click. Okay, or not. Control plus plus. Oh, I see what you're saying. Control plus the plus button. Ah, is that a little better? Because I can expand it a little further if necessary. Yes. Woo. All right, let's see here. How's that? Hopefully good. All right. No problem. Follow. Okay. Text type. All right, let's see. You know what is probably going to be more expeditious? Search for executable files you can find. This is exactly what I was looking for. And it's not guaranteed that every file listed would actually execute. Not all implementations of Find are created equal. Okay. Huh, okay. Well, I mean, let's give it a try. Okay. Oh boy, so we just printed a list of all of the executable files in this directory. That's not like incredibly helpful, since what I'm looking for is non-executable files. I'm not sure why I searched for it. There we go. This should be a little more helpful. I'm assuming it's like a small change. Or it might not be listed anywhere. No spoilers! Okay. I'm terribly sorry to be like so frustrating to all y'all. But I mean, this is what I've got to just suffer through and Google everything. Okay, so correct path to executable? No, this is exactly how you learn. I think it's the best way to learn personally. me personally. Find unexecutables and not searchable directories. Yes, well, if I come across, like, I was saying earlier, I've gotten feedback from both my professors and also my managers that I spend too long trying to figure stuff out by myself. So, I mean, it's good and bad that, like, I really don't want to let go of a problem until I can figure it out. But sometimes the best course of action is actually to just ask someone who knows better than you do. So, the time is coming. All right, let's see. All right, well, okay, so the size flag is going to be good for finding this like specific, teach you some Google food. That is always helpful. 10, well, let's see. Let's try that first. Because maybe knowing who knows what is a great skill. It totally is. It totally is. All right. Let's do examples on how to search files using find command. Okay. Because I have a feeling this is going to be smaller than the number of non-executable files. Maybe. Find size. Oh, but okay, bytes is C. Exactly. Eventually we learn. Okay, so bytes is just C. It's tiny. So many things. You can run commands that search by size and non-executables. Oh my god. Fucking automod. With grep. Yeah, I also have heard that grep is a good tool for filtering the results of a command. This actually could be very useful in this instance. Okay, so and then we wanted what? 1033 bytes. Oh my god, look! There's just the one. For regular, okay, so. Oh, duh. File 2. Oh my god. Okay, it's the one without the dash. Probably. Oh, space is file 2. Okay, so maybe it is the one with the dash. That's like a fucking long-ass flag if that's it. personally, yes. Okay, let's see what this is. Password for the net. Is that even possible? That this whole fucking... This is humongous. Okay, but file 2 is not executable. It's the right size. And it is human readable. Self-learning versus school. Me too. And the best school experiences that I've had are ones where I've done a lot of self-learning. The wrong file 2. Well, so that's what I thought as well, but I think this is actually a file, spaces file 2. Because when I went to open, when I went to cat file 2, there's no such file. It's encrypted. That makes sense. I don't even know where I would begin to look for how to decrypt something like this. How do you recognize how things are encrypted? What format has been used? It is human readable. Okay. Yeah. Y'all are confusing me. I'm going to attempt. Right, not executable. Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely the guy. It's just really long. So, I mean, maybe this is the password. I'm going to try it. No, that's not what I meant. I understand all this garbage means, but I'm not even. I mean, with a hex reader. All right. Copy. Let's see. MD5. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try it on its own first. The answer has to be C. The answer is always C. Okay. Yeah, it is encrypted. Somehow. Let's see. Soaked in water, MD5. Let's see. Hash generator. Okay, but what if... Here we go. Maybe? No hash. It's fun. Oh, okay. This is not a human read. Okay, thank you. That's what I was thinking as well. Let's see. The password for the next level is stored in a file somewhere under the in-here directory and has all the following properties. So that's definitely the file that it's the right size and it's not executable, and I assumed it was human readable, but maybe not. Would not be. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Oh God! Now I've logged out of Bandit 5. Let's see. This is gonna. Oh no! It's up here somewhere. Oh no, it's not. If you decrypt it, that the size isn't right in the Oh lordy. I mean, this was the only file that returned any results for this search. So unless I'm okay, probably. But I have to get back in there first, which means I have to find the fucking oh, I'm not on a Windows machine. How do I get to my fucking clipboard in Linux? Clipboard in Linux. You open it with sudo nano. I am not sure. It's worth a try. Okay. Let's see, this isn't Ubuntu, this is Fedora. Oh. I swear to God, I have to go. I don't even think I could get back into the... Okay, wait. I may have done a very dumb thing by logging out without having a definitive password to get into the next level. Oh, it's Cyber Lola. Thank you so much for coming by. I really appreciate it. Have a great night, and hopefully I'll see you around. I really need to find my fucking clipboard. Usually invisible memory that holds the contents of whatever you have copied or cut. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. The concept of a clipboard manager. Oh my God. Here we go. The GNOME desktop tends to favor minimalism. One of the things the clipboard manager called Clipboard Indicator is available in the GNOME extension. Okay, so does this mean that I need to install it in nothing that I've... Never mind. Activate the extension. So nothing that I put on my clipboard prior to the having cyber skills. This is very true. I feel just the same. Oh, I have GNOME tweaks somewhere. install the clipboard indicator extensions to sketch on the repository. Okay, I'm actually fairly certain. This is exactly, I need to install the extensions first and then the option will appear in here. God. Why? How is the experience? Yes, I did actually learn a lot. I just happened to find, it was like a very new program when I joined it. I think I was like the second class of people to go through. And it's very hands-on. So there were a lot of labs and a lot of like running virtual machines. And I remember for our network security class, we had to set up this whole like virtual machine environment. And at the time, I only had my little like 12 gig laptop. And so I was going from like whichever one needed to be configuring the connection from one to the other, and going from turning on those two VMs and then pausing them and turning on the ones that I needed to work on next, because I couldn't have them all running at the same time or it would crash the laptop. So that was fun. Honestly, the biggest thing that I learned during my bootcamp experience was that virtual machines are a bitch, and I hate working with them because there's just always like some setting or configuration that goes wrong that has absolutely nothing to do with what you're actually trying to accomplish, and that's very frustrating to me. So, yeah. But no, I mean, overall, they did a really, really good job at touching on a lot of different topics really quickly, like kind of going over like many, many facets of cybersecurity. VMs often need a lot of memory. Yeah, they do. So running 6 of them at a time on a laptop while also on a Zoom call. Gift forum. Heading out for the night. Started HV Prolab. Dante about to get a foothold on the first box. Excited to follow. Yay! Thank you so much for following, and have a great rest of your night. Hopefully I'll see you around. Wait until I have to do incident response and forensics. What do you have to use a lot of VMs? Because if a lot of VMs are required for incident response and forensics, I'm not enthused about that option. Okay. We have derailed into finding the motherfucking clipboard. What writing courses do you recommend to improve writing skills? I'm actually a bad person to ask about this because I studied writing in like college, and so I haven't had to study it. It's always been a strength of mine, so I don't know. Honestly, the best way to get better at writing is to just write a lot. That's what my writing professors always used to say anyway. So, like keeping a blog of stuff that you try, or even just a private. Did I wish I had a better laptop? Yes, I did wish that. It very much was the issue, because that we were supposed to have 16 gigs minimum. And I started class in March. And that week, I was supposed to, it was a week later, everything shut down. And so I had ordered the additional RAM, but I didn't know enough. No, I don't want to. What was I just saying? Oh yeah, so I still have the additional stick of RAM somewhere. But it never made it into the laptop because I didn't know how to put it in myself. In the model that I have, the RAM is like right under the keyboard. So like when you open the back, you have to like take everything else out and then put in the RAM and like put it all back in. So I did not trust myself to do that with my one and only functioning machine at the time. And nothing was open. So I just like made do with the 12. And it sucked. So this desktop has a lot more than 12. I actually don't remember how much I put in it, but it shouldn't be an issue. If I wanted to run a ton of VMs, I could do that. Okay. Must install it. Install to use Git to clone our PC master. I'm just trying to get my clipboard. Check recommended commands on over the wire again. Yes. So what I'm trying to get now is to log back into level 5 because I left the server. And the password for the last level is on my clipboard. And I don't have access to that currently. So there is like a possibility that I've copied and pasted all of the passwords up until this point, but I don't have them saved anywhere. So the levels do build upon each other. Yes, they do. So I mean, I could just like go back to level 0. I mean, it would be easy because I've done them already, but I just like was reviewing vulns with NetThread. Did I pass level 5? No, I did not. I know, I should have been taking notes. It never occurred to me that the clipboard would not be available to me in future. It's because I've been a Windows bitch up until this point. Okay. I don't have that. Okay. So. Here we go. The difference of doing science and mocking about it is writing it down. They disabled the clipboard. I don't think they disabled it. I just don't have it that I know of. Like, I don't think it's automatically enabled in GNOME. Because it's such a minimalist, and that's why I chose it. I love minimalistic stuff and designs, and well, not always, but on my desktop, yes. So there's been a lot of customization like this to get things where I want them to be. All right, let's see if I can just copy and paste this shit. Yo. Okay, all right. Maybe just plain copy works outside of the terminal. I know, right? Not okay. There you are. Okay. I'm not sure why it's highlighted. I'm gonna give it a try. This is like what the definition of a script kiddie, isn't it? I'm just like, yeah, run it. I don't know what you are. I'm assuming this very nice open source article is telling me that, oh my God, it's late. Yeah, get some sleep, frankly. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully I'll see you guys soon. It's still only, hi! It's still only, 8? Yes, 8:38. My clock on my computer is in military time, which I'm not always great at. Okay, so now I probably will need to. Everyone starts with script kitty. Thank you. That makes me feel better about myself. I will restart this and hopefully it'll be in there. Maybe. No. Also no. Still no. Okay, I'm missing something. I know that I'm missing something. Go to activities on the top left of your Gnome desktop. Launch Gnome. Okay, yes. Click on extensions. That is not in there. That could be why. Okay. This is going to be a humongous pain in the ass. While I figure this out, I don't necessarily know if you guys want to watch me figure out my fucking clipboard. But on the other hand, I don't really have anything else planned. Other than, I mean, I guess I could just run through levels 1 through 5 again and figure out the clipboard another time. Because none of these are hard. They're all, like, directory navigation and opening files and stuff like that. Being called to bed. Rocksteady, thank you so much for tuning in. It's okay to ask for help. That is, yes. Hello, we're hacking, and good night. Yeah, thanks again for tuning in. I think I might call it and just hang out for the rest of the stream, since things have gotten kind of out of hand, and what I would really like right now is another glass of wine. And also, if you guys are on the East Coast, then it's quite late where you're at. So, I got a solid 2 Chester. What is wrong with you? Got a solid 2.5 hours in of Capture the Flags. Next week, I'll be more prepared. Chester, Bud says hello. He's chewing a box. Oh, you are so welcome. Thank you for tuning in again. I'm just gonna... What in the shit show is going on here? It's actually a humongous shit show. You've caught me just as I'm giving up on this Capture the Flag challenge, because I made the mistake of not saving the passwords for all of the levels that I beat. And you need to be logged in. Oh, a Capture the Flag challenge is like a hacking practice in like a simulated I'm not a hacker. Well, what can I say? Yes, thank you. My brain is like not where somehow I've the computer always went. That's so defeatist. But you're right. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to take like 2 seconds to grab a little more wine. Awesome stream. Glad to be a new follower. Oh, from South Florida. Thank you. Versace Actual. I will definitely join the Discord, and I really appreciate y'all coming in and all of the follows and all of the advice during this Capture the Flag that went slightly belly up. I appreciate you. Okay, so I'm going to take like 2 seconds. I'll be right back, and then for the, okay, maybe closer, like 5 minutes. And then when I get back, we'll just kind of hang out for the rest of the stream since it's getting late and I don't want to use my brain anymore. My $2 bill is still post Silverhand. I definitely will come out to the Discord. Still, it's on the table behind the Swiss cheese plant, if you must know. Prost Silverhand. Okay. I actually have German heritage on my dad's side. But I don't know anything about, I don't know any German or anything. Okay, all right, for real. I will be right back. Thank you so much for everyone who tuned in. If you have to peace out because it's late or whatever, that's totally cool. I will be back in 5-ish minutes. All right, I have returned, and I have more wine. And yes, it was very nice of them to raid, and completely unexpected, and also such a such a fun way to. Well, I guess it didn't kind of kick off this. Yes, I hope you all have behaved yourselves while I've been away, because I don't know. Okay. So those of you who remain, I'm glad to hear that you've behaved yourselves. This is Cyber Monday part trois after hours. I don't know. I'm just making shit up because I don't want to work on my capture the flag anymore. So we're just going to hang out instead. Let's see. Okay, a question for the chat regarding cybersecurity. I'm not sure what that means. Alec, Jbot, or Raid. Love your stream today. Dr. Anja, thank you so much. I'm really glad you enjoyed it, and I'm glad to meet you as well virtually. Hopefully I'll see y'all around in future. I mean, I do plan on continuing to stream Mondays and Wednesdays, but as I kind of mentioned earlier, Wednesdays are more to do with like witchcraft mostly and shooting the shit. And we definitely had a lot. We had a lot of good conversation earlier when the raid came in because there were like so many questions and so many people in the chat, which was exciting, but like overwhelming as well. So, okay, a question for those of you who are left. I don't know how many of y'all are still here with for cybersecurity stuff, and how many are just like tuning in to say hello. But what's a good? All right, we kind of touched on this earlier. Do we prefer blue teaming, red teaming, or purple? The general consensus earlier was purple. It's best to be well-rounded. But if you have a different opinion, let me know and tell me why. I mean, obviously red teaming is like most impressive, I feel like. Saying like, oh, I'm a professional hacker. All teams. Good answer. Those of you guys who are from in the game, just tuning in. Cross collaboration, yes. As you learn more and become more marketable. Oh, I totally agree. To bill out companies. Yes. Because really, like, what do we all want more of? Money. I mean, knowledge is great. Knowledge and skills are great. But at the end of the day, I would like to make money with those knowledge, those skills and that knowledge. So, yeah, I would agree. Kind of like diversifying your skill set the same way you'd like diversify an investment portfolio. I think everyone has a proclivity to a particular discipline. That's very true. Red is sexy, so it's hard to get into. Yes. Blue is in high demand. Also got cloud security growing rapidly. That's so true. I was reading an article earlier today about how, oh my God, where did I see this? The whole article was basically like, it may seem like AWS is the way to go right now, but you shouldn't specialize in it. And I don't remember what the logic was behind that. The cloud, I'm working on CISB at the moment. I guess Cyber Insecurity is a question earlier. The question about, like, which question exactly? Not that I'm going to have a good answer for it, I'm just curious. Made my entrance into cyber via cloud a few months back. Oh, nice. It is good stuff. I definitely need to get a little more familiar with the cloud. It's clearly like the next big thing. Well, that and AI. But I don't know how much, I don't know. Oh, my question was, what was my question? Which team in cybersecurity you prefer and why. And then there was a follow-up question that I forget. No, it's gone. It's really genuinely gone. So, Bombadil? I'm not sure if that's how you say that name, but are you new to cybersecurity as a whole or just new to the cloud? Or like working with cloud security? Bombadil. Okay. Sorry, I'm still butchering that. Or Bombadil. That's fun to say. I need to like not get in the habit of drinking every single stream. Oh, Bombadil, the last one? Okay. That's cute. So you've only ever worked in cloud security at the moment? Or were you pivoting from another part of security into the cloud? And if so, okay, how did you get your start with cloud security? I guess is another like kind of important question because we all need to know resources for this kind of thing. Working on your degree. Okay. Start job as a low-level cloud engineer. That's very cool. Very cool. I don't know things about the cloud, so I can't really contribute much to this conversation. But it seems like a really, really good thing to have a knowledge of, among other things. That started through a connection made on the Cyber Insecurity channel. That's awesome. That's amazing. I actually also got the current job that I have through a connection. Hazard, Discord, Red Team. Cool. So, is attacks a good defense or defense or a good op? So, so there's like varying schools of thought on this because obviously so basically red teaming is offensive security, blue teaming is defensive. So you really need both. I will definitely look them up. All hazard, hazard, all okay. So you need to have both, ultimately, but because they make each other stronger. Like red teaming, is pen testing, so it's when you try to hack into something and then let the team know how you got in if you managed to get in. And you do a whole write-up like, here's how I hacked in and here's like what you should fix so no one else could replicate this attack. So obviously like that, the red teaming like makes the blue team stronger, but then blue teaming also just knowing like how shit works on a basic level is really important for a red teamer to know, and so I feel like that's more just like having an awareness of both is really where like the sweet spot is. So what was the question? Hazard is one of the best hacker streamers. Interesting. I will definitely have to look them up. I've followed Hackersploit's YouTube channel for a little while, but I don't think I've ever heard of this person. So I'll be sure to check them out. I'm still in the process of finding more people to follow and connect with on here because obviously I'm very new to it. So yeah, both like, then there's the idea of like offensive defense, which I watched like this really, really interesting webinar or webcast. Red and blue complement each other. Knowing the basics of both make you better at each. Exactly. I watched this really amazing webcast by Black Hills Information Security, and they basically, it was about like offensive defense and building an environment that hacks back. The idea being that like you've placed little like booby traps in your environment so that, you know, it's not an active threat to people who get onto the system, but if they're trying to hurt you, it will bite them in the ass. And I love the idea of like offensive defense. I feel like, yeah, honeypots, exactly. And there's a few others. It's been a while. It's been like a year since I watched the webcast, but it was so fascinating. It really just like kind of changed my perspective about a lot of cybersecurity things. They make amazing content. I tuned into their webcasts like religiously last spring when I had nothing else to do. It's like Jim Browning, who hacks scammers that try to access his computer, kind of, except the way they describe it is like poisonous versus venomous. So like a venomous snake strikes out. It like will actively bite at you. A poisonous frog does not attack you, but if you attack it, it poisons you. And so there's nothing about like, it's a good distinction. Yeah, well, it's from it's from the BHIS webcast. I did not make that up. But yeah, so the idea that like the environment is not venomous, but it is poisonous. And so like if you attack it, it hacks back. So that kind of shit is really interesting to me because that's kind of like that's technically blue teaming, but with a very like red team mindset, you know? And I really like that kind of stuff. Like that's kind of doesn't really fit anywhere, and it's really innovative and creative and like maybe hasn't really been done a lot before, or isn't something you'd initially think of. So I'll try to see if I can find the webcast. Am I able to? Oh my gosh, thank you to whoever followed. I don't have my activity. I bet I probably could pull it up now though, since I'm not in. Mr. Poolshot, thank you. And so, oh my gosh, so many others. Luis Fernando, Wisconsin host. Whiskey, I do not exist. Versace Actual, Microwave. Aspicious, Samut, King's Roar. Oh my god, there's so many. Thank you all again for following. I dearly appreciate. You know what? I'm going to read through and give these shout outs since I didn't do them in the moment. SC2 Bren, Brock Steady, GIFRM 190, That Dude Tyler, AMAME 720 MG, Klaus 1050, Black Knight T2, Nick Barrel 867, Gaftman, Cyber Lola, Fire Knight, Votros, Goldie Automation, Cybernotch, Vortec Pays, Stuns and Roses TV, Com Bombadil, I think is how we decided it was pronounced, Carmen Mod, Bugman, Mora Evan, Sweet Delights, Typical Seminole, Cyberbeard Sec, Fake Snake, Dr. Onja, Gromit, Frankly Delicious, Callie Beefcake, Nat Fraser, Cryptomathician, Claw Overdraw, Creative One, Erluch C Muffin, Funkmaster Flame, Tim Shm, Devnol Zen, Zero Eon, Zero E. I don't know. Could probably Google it. Yes, you probably could. Oh, I haven't read the Lord of the Rings books. My little sister absolutely loves them, though. We're Hacking Live. You're still on. Thank you for the follow. Deej, Scissor Main, Sec IT Guy, Diplo Heisenberg, Dark Sider, Cyber Insecurity. Thank you for the raid. All right, microwave. I'm gonna have to dip shortly. Read a work email. Yeah. No worries at all. I know it's getting kind of late at night, especially for those of you in different time zones. So feel free to drop whenever. And I really, again, just really dearly appreciate you all coming in. Oh, Stuns and Roses. I was just saying thank you for the follow. I didn't mean to call you out. So, yes. Okay, purple team. Yeah. Well, yeah, so purple is like a combination of red and blue. And so it means that you do. Yeah, oh my god, you're in Eastern. Yeah, go. Go to bed. I am such a sleepy bitch. I'm, even streaming till 10 p.m. for me is like, that's a little on the late side. But that's okay. I can make it work for you guys. Automod, I can't with you. Look. What can I say? I just need a lot of fucking sleep. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It just means that you worked very hard during the day. Or something. I'm glad. Sleepy bitch channel. For sleepy bitches only. No, that's not true. It's for everyone. Hacker Witch is for everybody who cares to join in and watch me flounder through Capture the Flags or talk about witchcraft and shit. I have to decide what topic. Oh, typically you have pros at both working together. Mm-hmm. Blue team learns to see what indicators show up as a red team does XYZ. Yes, precisely. So it actually is very important to do both because like red teamers by themselves would never be able to manage like the security of a system because it's like there's so much more to it than just like attacking to see where the weaknesses are. But at the same time, the blue teamers kind of need the red team to see where they've slipped up or where they could do better. So they really do complement each other. Oops. Okay. It's funny that I've themed everything blue today, and yet I'm practicing red teaming stuff. I guess I am still technically on the blue team, just like trying to red team. I'll get there. I think today was a good first stab at it. But I'm definitely going to have to get better at, doing things and also paying attention to the chat because, wow, that was distracting and challenging in many ways. That ADHD brain, man. But are you new in cybersecurity, or are you, are you in the industry or looking to move into the industry, or in it already and starting to learn stuff? You don't have to answer if you don't want to. I don't want to call you out or single you out. Learning red is a good foundation to know what to look for in a Why don't I know what SOC stands for? What? I'm Googling it. Good. I mean, honestly, SOC. System on a chip. Okay, Security Operations Center. That makes way more sense. But it's very, that's like honestly the main thing for cyber is to have is to enjoy learning new things. Stuns and roses. I think it's also helpful during malware analysis. That's so true. To know what kind of code injections exist and what they do is helpful. Totally. The blue team HQ. Yeah, see, that does make sense. I just haven't really. This is such an interesting song. I hope y'all like Happy EDM. It just seemed like a good choice for sock. Yes. Yeah, EDM just seemed like a good choice for today. Lo-fi for Wednesdays. I'm creating a mood. Yeah, I don't, so we did, when I was in school, we did do some post-incident analysis. I'm not sure if there's like a specific term for that, but we were given like a bunch of files, basically it was like a log file and a PCAP and something else, a few other things that was like, this system got hacked into. It was all a simulation, obviously. But it was like, this system got hacked into, and we need to figure out how. And like, that was our final project, was to identify. I don't see. This is the problem. Is like, because all of the classes that I took were so like quick. Like they covered. We covered a lot. It's an apropos term. It can also be forensic analysis. Yes, I think that's what it technically was called. In Germany, we have not so much crazy girls like me. I don't know what you're implying. I'm very mild-mannered and calm. So, yeah, the good thing about the boot camp that I went to was, you know what though, Butts? Like, there's nothing wrong with being wrong. It's like that you keep trying. I know you kind of tuned in toward the end of the CTF when I was already giving up. But for the previous couple of hours, or maybe you were here earlier, I'm actually not sure. But for the previous couple of hours, I was just like being wrong over and over. But sometimes that's the best way to learn, is to just be wrong a lot of times and then figure out why you're wrong and like what the right way is. Trial and error is like the best teacher sometimes. So yeah, the boot camp that I went to covered like a lot of different topics, but very briefly. So we would only be studying, like we studied like digital forensics and incident response was the name of the class. But we were only in the class for like a month, and we had 3 classes a week. Tuesdays and Thursdays from 6 p.m. to 9:30, and Sundays from 9 a.m. to 2:30, which was a fucking doozy. Like, oh my god. The number of times I fell asleep in class throughout that program, countless. Countless. Can't even tell you how many times I fell flat doing each challenge on the CTF. Exactly. But that's what they're good for, I think. I mean, after the... my brain does get tired of, really, during instant response classes. Yes. During all the classes, I fell asleep during every class. Yeah, DFIR is a whole vertical insight. See, and when I first started in cyber, I thought, how would you respond? Well, so we were learning like how one would respond to an incident. It wasn't like we were actively responding to incidents during the class. We were learning about like the different tools for forensic analysis and like the kinds of data you'd need to gather, and like how to make sure everything was preserved. So more theory and not so many. Exactly. So then like that final project that I was telling you about where we had like they provided us with the files and they were like, analyze this and tell us like how the hacker got in or like where the problem was. That was like the final. So we had little labs along the way, but that final project was like the last big one. So you can't prepare for every little incident. Totally. So, and that's like actually part of incident response is like you analyze what happened and review so that like that exact thing won't happen again in the future. Because yeah, as much as you try to prepare, I mean, what people always say about red teaming and blue teaming is like our lengua. I have no idea what that means in English. I can probably Google Translate it though. What they say in like red team versus blue team is that the blue team has to be on top of their shit 100% of the time. Red team only has to get lucky one time. They only need to find that one. IR is one option for a high-level blue team member. Totally. The basics of IR are what you need to get into. Yeah, that was definitely a career path that I was very interested in when I started the program. Now I'm not as sure. I mean, I still could see myself being happy doing that kind of thing, but that's the thing. Like, now that I'm in the industry, there's like so many different things I can see myself being happy doing, like a lot. So I'm honestly at this point, I'm like about a year in, and I'm trying to just be like open to whatever comes along. Because there's so many options. Like, there's just so many options in cybersecurity, and this is why, like, people who I know who are similar minded to me, who also like get off on like solving puzzles and learning new things. Like, blue team is the way to go. Even if you get hacked, you might be able to identify the suspect. True. That's true. Red teamers just are like they have more clout almost, because like they act like the criminals. Like, they say you have to have like a criminal mind without actually being and with like an ethical background. You want to go into management. You have a business background. The translation between business and technical. I feel similarly, not with business, but with because I have a writing background. I could see myself getting really into like writing documentation. Yeah, a red team is sexy. So blue team is like way more, like if I had to choose a red teamer or a blue teamer, like only one, you can only have one to keep your system safe, I would choose a blue teamer hands down. However, there is something very alluring about because you can say like, but you're like a professional hacker. I mean, that's dope as hell. So, yeah. We're hacking, I'm looking up this word still. Oh my god! The word that you're looking for means Let me see. Normally girls are boring. The word, I don't know how this is pronounced, langweilig, is boring or tedious in English. So, thank you. I'm glad that you think I'm not boring. Yes, but exactly. Microwave. My background is criminal because FedGov taught me to do criminal things on behalf of national security. Yeah. Somewhat a gray hat. You know, honestly, like, I very much identify more so with, like, the gray hat ethics, but, like, don't tell anyone. Not that I'm professing it on a live stream on the World Wide Web or anything, but I just feel like, well, so this is actually a very interesting crossover since we're in the after hours portion of the stream. This is a really interesting crossover between hacking and witchcraft, is that they use the same terminology. So like a white witch is someone who never casts curses and never wishes ill on anyone. They're like light workers and all like happy, like positive vibes all around. And there are a lot of people who are like really adamant about never utilizing any kind of like dark magic or rituals. And then there's like black magic, obviously, is like there's varying definitions of it, but basically it's someone who will not hesitate to hex or curse if it suits them, and someone who uses magic for personal gain. See what you did just there about the live stream. It's all learning for everyone interested. I'm not entirely sure what you're referring to. Oh, you mean like trying to plug my Wednesday live stream? I mean, I'm not sure if that's what you meant or not. But so with both hacking and witchcraft, the black hats are like out for their own gain. Exactly. The black magic of hacking. Or would be like the cyber criminals. Okay. Well, I'm sorry to be crossing over topics, but this is like two things that I'm very interested in. So I am fascinated by the crossovers between the two, even though they are few and far between. This is one of them. So it seemed apropos to elaborate. Because the white hat is like super ethical, obviously, like these are like government people and other security professionals, white hat hackers. And both gray witches and gray hat hackers are willing to do a little of either to get the job done. Yeah, exactly. So I just think that that's interesting. I guess it's not that interesting considering that like a lot of systems use that same kind of like coding, not coding length, but I mean like that kind of like way of expressing good versus bad. But I've always identified more with like the gray path in hacking and also in witchcraft. So white magic is all about guardian angels and protection and stuff. Yes. Yeah, in general, yes. And like sending blessings to people and being like just generally spreading positivity only. So that sounds about right to me regarding white magic. In terms of federal agencies, CIA equals gray hat. Really? They know how to get the job done, both officially or unofficially. Oh my god, I had no idea that the CIA is considered more of a gray hat organization. I mean, I guess that makes sense, though, because honestly, I've been watching recently, like, I don't know what, maybe because I watched one, and and Netflix or Prime, I think, is where I was streaming, kind of like, was like, oh, you like CIA conspiracy theories? Here's 5 more documentaries about this same thing. But I've been watching, like, the MK Ultra program. Gray hats can definitely break the law and do shady and harmful things. They tend to justify it with personal ethics and the ends justify the means. Yes, precisely. But I guess, like, it never occurred to me that the CIA counted themselves as one of those. That's wild to me. But, again, yeah. Learning about some of the shit that the CIA has done in the past, I probably, like, shouldn't be as surprised as I am right now, because they've done some really shady ass shit. I probably shouldn't be talking about government conspiracies on this stream. Definitely doesn't consider themselves that way. Yeah, I agree. They fit the bill. Personally, it's redacted information. They don't, but smart people figure out parallels. Yeah. Yes. They're... Wow, it's so quiet in here without the AC on. I'm just not that hot. So the NSA as well. Yeah, totally. Oh my god. And how do we feel about Snowden? Because I low-key had a professor in school. You don't think so? Microwave? Black hats. Oh, it's the specific streamer. Did the right thing, but in the wrong way. Yes. Oh, you can't talk about Snowden. I legitimately had a professor at the boot camp I was in who considered him to be, like, a traitor to his organization, and, like, how could he have done such a thing? And I don't, maybe he had, like, some other insight or perspective. Personally, I agree with Com Bombadil that he is a hero, because, like, the shit that they were doing was super unethical. And no one had any idea about that until, like, he came out with it. So, and, like, in my opinion, he took, like, a huge risk for the greater good. He's not being protected by Russia. Well, he's living somewhere with, like, no extradition treaty. Oh, yeah. Okay. Can't work for the government because I'd end up the next version of that. Yeah. Corporate or country ethics will never trump personal ethics. Okay, he is in Russia. So, yeah, I agree. Like, I have no desire to ever work for the government, ever, ever, ever. I just feel like that would go against every fiber of my being. At least, like, the government as it currently exists. I don't want to get into politics on my live stream, but I guess I kind of started it asking about Edward Snowden. Don't get into consulting firms. Okay, you're right. But see, there's a difference between, like, ooh, oh shit, I'm so sorry. I bumped the microphone again. Sorry if that was really loud. I feel like there's a difference between working government contracts and working for the government. Snowden... I'm not entirely sure what you mean, we're hacking. That he... Yeah, I don't know. Not that different. Okay, fine. You guys would know better than I would. Without a clearance, you won't see a lot of the shady crap. Yeah, totally based on access. Different job scope, also true. Well, maybe I could just be a consultant, but like refuse to take any government contracts. Just kidding. That's a terrible idea. I don't know. This is what I mean. Like, I don't know what I want to do. At the moment, like for the next, like I said, I'm like a year in. For the next like year or two, I just want to explore a lot of shit. I want to be a 1099 consultant. Yeah, exactly. And kind of like choose my clients. You have a problem? Follow the chain of command. Figure out your own health benefits and tax. Well, because here's the thing. I actually worked. Don't get clearance. Yeah, and the government contracts will be minimal and low. Exactly. Not go to enemy agents. Okay. I wouldn't want to take government contracts, but I wouldn't go so far as to like sell government secrets. Even I would draw the line there, probably. I'm assuming you mean one-handed. That's how you get protected. Yeah. Well, so I worked, like, most of my life, I've worked as a 1099, and so they tell you to go fly a kite, then go fly a kite. I mean, that's how I feel, too. Favorite wine or bourbon? I'm currently drinking La Crema Sauvignon Blanc, for those of you that care. La Crema is one of my, when I used to manage a bar, briefly, before I started working in cybersecurity. And our vendor brought a bunch of nice, ooh, that does sound nice. I'm trying not to drink the bourbon with the wine that I'm having. I just don't think that would be a particularly good mix. But, wow! Okay, thank you, Automod. First, I'm not even going to mention that to the rest of you. It actually did its job well for once. Since we're talking about cyber and AI, oh yeah, I have one question to ask. Everyone knows about Internet of Things. Well, who knows about Internet of what IoE? I don't. I don't know about IoE. Please enlighten us. Or I could Google it. The S in IoT stands for security. Yes. Yes. Okay. IoE. Oh my god. There isn't any. Oh. Oh my god, that took me way too long and too much explanation to grasp. Oh, the Internet of Everything. Fairly new and less clear. Yeah, there's like no security when it comes to the Internet of Things, as you say. Which, I mean, Internet of Emotions. Oh shit. The game changer. Any video gamers in here? No, I've never gamed. I'm at some point, like, I might try to pick up on something and stream it, but I just don't. I haven't streamed any. I've never gamed. So I'd probably be really bad at it. The same way that I'm low key. All right, I'm not really bad at capture the flags. I did okay at today's until the whole clipboard fiasco. Before I tune back in next week, I'll be sure to like figure out the clipboard and hack my way back up to level 5 so that I can pick up where I left off. It just would have been like too repetitive and too frustrating for me to go back and redo everything. But it is fascinating. The Internet of Things and the Internet of Industrial Things. There's this like really dope hacker, Alyssa Knight is her name, and she weaponizing big data, cyber, AI, social media. Well, I mean, people already low-key weaponize social media and metadata. If any of you have watched, if any of you haven't seen The Great Hack on Netflix, I highly recommend it. It kind of goes hand in hand with The Social Dilemma is the first documentary about like personal data that I always recommend people to watch. And then once they've seen it, I tell them that they have to watch The Great Hack. It's about the 2016 presidential election and Cambridge Analytica and the way that they hacked the election. It had nothing to do with computers. Spoiler alert. The whole thing is just so incredibly fascinating. How it's already happening. Like, it's already happening that our personal data is being collected and used against us. And this is like one of the things that got me interested in cybersecurity at all. Was like helping individuals have ownership of their personal data. So on that level, I don't know, like that mission statement, I'm not sure where that takes me as far as like long-term goals in the industry. Because obviously I'm not gonna working as a corporate consultant isn't gonna help me with that. Or help like the individual. But there's gotta be something, like, I don't know, even if I had some kind of like a consulting service for individuals who wanted to take back ownership of their personal data. That's something I would be really interested in. And like, Hacker Rich, can you, Alberto Foxy, if you would like to ask some questions, you certainly can. We are just hanging out at the moment. Depends what their goals are. You mean like the corporations or the individuals or both? It definitely does. I guess like the goal in 2009, I saw this target. The same with smart technology and Bluetooth. Totally. Oh yeah, this is what I was starting to say. How like self-driving cars are like super vulnerable to getting hacked into. Alyssa Knight wrote a whole book about it. Hacking Connected Cars, I think is the name of it. Alberto Foxy, I can type about 80 words per minute, so I guess fast-ish. Avoid getting too political here, but be very wary of even documentaries. And that's true. Be suspicious. Trust but verify, as the saying goes. I feel like naturally suspicious people end up in cybersecurity. That's not a bad thing. First grade instructions for protecting your personal data or a Verizon iPhone. This is a big passion point of mine. I trust no. Thank you. I am going to continue to drive old cars until I can't find them anymore. I have no desire to be... No. It's like too big of a vulnerability. Someone could hack in and drive your car off a cliff. It's like that one episode of Doctor Who. Where cars get more reliant on electronics every decade. I mean, they do. And I mean, on some level it makes sense, right? Because like, it's like the latest technology and in a lot of ways it helps cars do what they need to do. And self-driving is like a valuable tool, I guess, because generally speaking, like computers can drive better than humans can. But there's got to be a way to secure that shit. The fact that the technology is just out there with like no security implemented whatsoever is like, why have we moved forward with this? And this is what I've noticed kind of like across the board. And the little spiel I go on whenever anyone talks about cybersecurity and like why cybersecurity is that when someone gets asked a Tesla or and decides at peak of rush hour what indeed? Only the dumb cars will survive. And honestly, maybe even they wouldn't in a situation such as that. If so many other, I mean, rush hour in LA, the highways are packed, like 4 and 5 lane highways. Oh, thank you, Microwave. That's a very sweet thing to say. I am definitely naturally curious. You guys are too nice. Thank you. And thank you for tuning in again. I really appreciate it. I've said this like 8 million times, but it's been like such a blast having you all on. And this is another thing that I absolutely love about tech people is like we're so like-minded, and a politician, it already, wait, what about a politician? Industry. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know if y'all know the Doctor Who episode I'm talking about, but it's like the car that has, like, every car has it. It's like a navigational system and tells you about, like, the weather and regulates the air inside the car. And oh my god, it's during David Tennant's seasons. I can't remember the exact season. Individual cases are bad enough, but mass scale casualties, yeah, and that's like a legitimate concern, in my opinion, because like, yeah, there are, well, oh, this is what I started saying before I got into Doctor Who, that this has like been the problem with tech since the 90s. Emphasis has always been put on development and pushing forward and like the next big thing and the next big thing and the next big thing. And it's created this vacuum behind it because no emphasis has been put on securing any of those advancements. And so now we have shit like self-driving cars and the Internet of Things and the industrial Internet of Things that have like little to no security whatsoever. It just doesn't exist. Like, the ability to protect those kinds of assets just doesn't exist yet. And it's wild to me that that has been allowed to happen for decades now, because it's not like, it's a money thing. It's a money thing. Like, developing the next big thing is, you're going to be able to like release it as the next big thing. Absolutely legitimate concern. The current high-profile attacks, totally. Energy infrastructure, water, food. Yes. I wasn't a politician. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I don't know the Michael Hastings story, but does this have something to do with self-driving cars? Maybe. But yeah, it's just what. So if you like release the next big thing and the next big thing, you're able to say like, we have the next big thing and it costs X amount of money and we can just set the price for it because no one else has it. And so from like self-driving smart car features, oh man. Yeah, me too. I also wonder what he found. It's like, it's concerning. It's really genuinely, I mean, this is a whole other tangent. Let me finish this thought before I go off into the concept of getting rid of people who know too much. So, from a capitalistic standpoint, development is the moneymaker. Whereas cybersecurity, like securing that stuff, is just an extra expense until it's an emergency. So, like, we say about cybersecurity, like, it's an afterthought until it's an emergency. No one wants to put the money up front for security because it doesn't make any money. Like, maybe if you marketed the product as being like the most secure whatever, cybersecurity is a business enabler, meaning like, how so please elaborate. But yeah, like, no one wants to just put the money up front for that kind of thing. Make my initial Twitch comment. Oh, microwave. I'm all about those Twitch bonds. It is all about risk management. and that's like, I just don't think most corporations have put the time in to mitigate risk, like even a small amount. I mean, the progress has been made with like development in a huge way. Like, there's exponential growth with development to the point where we're looking at, I spoke of this last week, Europe prioritizes it, whereas the US doesn't. It's because this is our issue in the States. Well, because our society is like, so, and this is getting a little bit political, but like, we're so severely capitalistic that it's all about profits and profit margins. And like, you really, like, everyone's hustling. Everyone at every level is hustling because the wealth distribution is so disgustingly off that everyone's hustling to make like more money. GDPR is a good attempt. We need a Discord. We do need a Discord. Your thoughts on the zoo hypothesis? I have no idea what you're talking about. Embrace primalism, but thank you for joining and please explain. Yeah, we do need a Discord. I've been meaning to set one up, but it's my second fucking stream, so I didn't actually think it was going to be necessary this early on, but it might be. I've had like a few of y'all. God, that's okay. I'm working on it. I'll figure something out this week. Maybe not by Wednesday, but by next Monday. For sure. I'll try and take some time. Okay. Weaponizing SCADA systems can be detrimental in many microeconomic and macroeconomic ways. Did anyone pay attention to the meat prices when our meat distributor was hacked to not hinder families from buying meat? Individuals who need a certain amount of meat because of a disability. I do. Oh, okay. It's been real. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, Microwave, I appreciate everything that you've brought to the chat and brought to my attention. And I hope that you sleep well and tune in next time. If not on Wednesday, then at least next Cyber Monday for more Capture the Flags. Good night. Bye. Okay. Yes, everything's still plugged in. Oh my god. Just yanked my headphones. If these had been in-ear headphones, it would have yanked it out. But it wasn't. What is it, Kira? What's out there? My dog. She's very protective little thing. Do you want to come up here? Do you want to come up? Maybe I can get her to say hello. I do have a dog. Come here, baby. She's getting all worked up because I don't know. There's probably another dog in the hallway. That's what she hates the most. Oh, baby, the zoo hypothesis speculates on the assumed behavior and existence of technically advanced... Oh, extraterrestrial life. Yes! From many theoretical expeditions from the paradox, the hypothesis that alien life intentionally avoids communication with Earth. I would agree with that statement. One of its main interpretations is that it does so to allow for natural evolution and sociocultural development, avoiding interplanetary contamination similar to people and zoo. Yeah. What are my thoughts on that? I would be willing to believe it. Here, come here. Come here. She doesn't want to come here. She wants to lay in her bed. Kira. I don't know if you can hear her growling. What's the matter with you? What's out there? She's just like a little too big for me to pick up and like put in. Kira, come here. Come here. Come on. Oh my God, I can't. Yeah, I can't lift her. Come here. Come on up. Earlier today, she was like begging me to come up on this chair with me, and now she won't. Come here, Squirt. You want to come up? Come on. Maybe. Come on. Kira, come on up. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. This is like the most boring content ever. Me cajoling my dog into joining me on the chair. I just thought it would be cute if you guys could meet her, but like, she's not in the mood. Kira is a little shepherd lab chihuahua mix, and she's a psycho. All right, I don't know if that's a Belgian Shaper Hound. I don't even know what that is, but hounds are usually good dogs. Mine is well, I don't want to say she's not a good dog, but she's like more of a gremlin baby. She's not particularly well behaved. Kira, come on up. Come on. She really is not going to. Why? Why are you like this? At some other point in the future, we will discuss alien life at length. I feel like this is probably going to be a Wednesday evening just chatting sesh because I have many thoughts about this, and I'm sure that many of you do as well. I've heard a lot of like hypotheses and conspiracy theories and theories in general about alien life, and I love just like entertaining all of them. Like maybe all of them are true. Like I don't know if y'all have heard about the hollow earth theory, that there's aliens living like inside the earth, and once in a while they pop up out to say hello. I don't know, I mean, it's possible, I guess. Maybe not, because we've kind of determined what the earth is made out of. But we don't know everything. So, maybe. Show you a pig for my dog. Yes, I will show a picture of my dog in Discord once I... Seems rather unlikely given what we currently know. I agree. Okay, I agree. Yes. Given what we know of the Earth's makeup. But it's like so fun to entertain these things. I don't know. I really enjoy thinking about different conspiracy theories and like whether they're true or not. Or they could be true. Like, is there enough unknown out there that this conspiracy theory could be true? Like, does it fall enough within the realm of the unknown? I would be inclined to agree that the hollow earth theory does not fall enough into the realm of the unknown to qualify as like a viable theory, potentially. But it still seems pretty fun to think about. There's like footage of UFOs coming Earth. Thank you for the definitive word on that, Butts. You're right. I know that you're right. I know that the Earth is not hollow, nor is it flat. But it's so interesting, isn't it? Like how people come up with these things and like the evidence that they gather and the way that they form these arguments that like they really, really believe in to the point where they allow these theories to like shape their worldview. I just think that that's really interesting, personally. Okay, we're like coming on toward the 4-hour mark, and honestly, I'm getting a little sleepy. I'm probably gonna head to bed pretty soon. Any last minute questions before I log off for the day? Did you yes, Jack Oat Masteron. You did miss the capture the flag. You're so welcome, Butts. Thank you for coming by again. Yes, for the first like 3-ish hours of the stream, I did a capture the flag and ran into some irreconcilable difficulties. By which I mean, I was working on Over the Wire, and the way that it's set up, like each level builds on the last one, and I made the mistake of logging out of a level before I knew the password for the next one. And I hadn't been writing down the passwords for the previous levels. And so also because if you believe in aliens, I'm not entirely sure what you mean by that, we're hacking. But hopefully that you meant I'm even more interesting if I believe in aliens. Well, I do believe that there's something out there. I mean, it would be silly to think that it's only us, but I don't necessarily think that they like live inside of the hollow earth or that we're all descendant from aliens. I mean, maybe, but I don't like believe that for sure. Okay, anyway, regarding the CTF, I kind of like locked myself out of it, and I could have gone back and redone all of the levels, or I could have figured out like how to get access to my clipboard, because the machine that I'm running is running Fedora. They might have left already. So I don't know why I'm explaining myself to this person who probably doesn't care. Anyway, there will be more CTF next week once I've caught myself back up to where I ended up today with the whole clipboard issue. Come answer at the I'm once again not entirely sure what you mean. Okay, wait. 6/25/2021. Is that today's date? No. So the next time I'll be live is on the 23rd. But if there's live stream, honestly, like any of you guys who joined in today, and I probably should have said this earlier, but any of you who joined in today who have streams of your own, like please let me know, because I would love to hop in and support and say hi on your streams as well. I don't know how I'm gonna have time for all of that, but I will try, because I want to reciprocate some of the love that I have received this evening. So, okay. Any last minute questions, comments, concerns? I'll give it a minute. Thank you for joining the stream, Butts and Bombadil. Thank you. And all of the narwhals. Thank you all for popping in. I will definitely, say hi to the aliens, yes. I'll definitely join the narwhals on Discord, like 110%. I'm curious about y'all now. I need to know where you all came from. All right. I see things are starting to kind of dwindle. I'm going to head out, head to bed. But thank you guys again so much for such an amazing stream and for coming by. And hopefully I'll see you again soon.